I've got to do, although I'm sure you won't appreciate it, I know I will, is sync things up. I can't just hit record on the audio. Let me spin this and see. Yeah, that's good. But in order to get the audio and video synced up, because they're coming from two different phones, I got to do a testing. Okay, watch this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now I got to fix my phone because there we go. All right. See how it's popping up? Okay, what we have here is a bright sapphire metallic. First, it's a NOS, which means perfect. It has to be sprayed silver first, which I already did, but then it got messed up right there. This was on last Thursday. Today's Monday. I didn't work Friday. It was past Friday. So now, anyway, I need to spray this, and so all I need to do is get some silver in my gun here. So let me see if I can't find my silver paint cup here. I'm looking behind the camera through a bunch of different things, and I can't find my silver. Can't find it. Should I turn this camera around so you can see what I'm trying to do here? What's this? That's not it. Okay. Guess I'll have to make another one. I know it's here. Maybe it's this spray gun? It is. Okay, I'm an idiot. So, I found my silver. Here it is. In this spray gun. It was there the whole time. Okay, turn it up a little bit. Check my fan. Okay, since this is already sprayed silver, and all I'm doing is fixing these damaged areas, before I shoot the transparent blue over it, I had sanded a little contamination out right there, so there was some sanding marks. I just had to cover those. Now this area here, so I'll just fog some paint on there, make sure that it's okay. I think when it was wet and I painted it initially, there was, I don't know if I touched it while it was wet or what. I forgot what happened, but anyway, it looks good now that I sanded out the problem area, and now I just fogged in some color there. And in here, I had an issue, so I sanded that area. Now I'm going to just dust some silver in there, like that. Oh, there's something I did, sanding. Okay, I'm just going to fog another coat of silver over the whole thing. There we go. Now, let me examine it. Looks good. It looks good. The back, this side, the bottom. That looks great inside the horns. Alright, we're looking good. Now, what I need to do is find my sapphire blue, which I just did 4 seconds ago. Put it, change it out. I had in there paisley. I was doing a paisley before. Sorry. I'm inching closer to the GoPro situation, everybody. Just a couple more years and I'll be there. Now, I do have a couple GoPros that someone has helped me with, and I'm editing. I'm learning about editing on a laptop. I can edit pretty good on my phone. Laptop's another story because GoPros have hours and hours of video footage, and so then you got to load that from your phone, or your GoPro I mean, onto the laptop, and then you got to learn the editing software, and you know, it's a slow process because I got other things to do, you know? Okay, alright, sapphire blue. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, alright, alright. Turn my fan down because I'm going to shoot it from farther away. And we're shooting it from farther away. A narrow fan will expand as it goes farther. Does that make sense? So I don't need a gigantic wide fan. Hardly any paint will land on it. At least that's my technique. Okay, dust my first coat on there from far away. Try to get it even. You guys know how it works with the blotch. It wants to, if you get blotch on your first coat, like an uneven amount of this candy color, as you add more candy color, it magnifies that blotchiness that you have. Makes it worse and worse. At least that's my experience. Perhaps there are other techniques people use to avoid all of this, but to each his own. Okay. I used to have a lot harder time doing these. That's not to say they're still not easy to mess up, but I've continually modified my approach to these things. All the candy colors, candy green, candy, they don't call this one candy blue, it's called sapphire blue metallic. But it's essentially silver with transparent or candy sapphire put over it. There's a same thing with cobalt blue metallic, same deal, silver and then transparent cobalt, which is a candy color you mix with lacquer, and it wants to get blotchy, so you kind of got to ease it on. Candy tangerine, same deal, purple, all the colors. Some tend to want to be more blotchy than others, just for some reason, I don't know why. I've mentioned it before, but sapphire candy, what you see here, is a little more blue-green. It's not green, but you know, compared to cobalt, cobalt is blue-red, kind of purpley. Like if you load up a bunch of cobalt, it'll start to go purple on you. This will never go green. You know, you can power through a bunch of it, it will never look green. But compared to cobalt, it's greenish. Okay. That's pretty good right there. Now what I'll do is set it aside and let it dry so I can really inspect it carefully, maybe nib down anything that might be on there, and then dust another coat of blue if it's necessary. Sometimes you nib things down and you can't save it. A lot of times, you know, you kind of got to let stuff dry to really see it. I know that's weird, but certain colors look great, and then once it dries, it kind of shrinks down and you start to see things that you didn't see before. Anyway, sapphire blue metallic, there's that. I'll set that aside. What do I have? What is this? This is, I got another one, Midnight Wine Burst. I've done one of those. I could do that. This is the signature model for Robin Trower. This gets a urethane top coat. So, I'm feeling it because I could feel a little something right there. This also was sprayed silver on last Thursday. So I'm just checking it before I spray the Midnight Wine, sort of a dark burgundy type color. might as well just kind of nib the whole thing down, fog a fresh coat of silver on there. That's what I'll do. This one gets a burst with the same color. The sides and a burst area get really heavy spray with this Midnight Wine color, which I'm looking for now. Is it this? Is this it? Sometimes Bing Cherry and Midnight Wine look the same inside of a spray cup, but I know I haven't done Bing Cherry in a million years, so I don't think that's Bing Cherry. Midnight Wine, what is that? Oh wait, there's one that says Midnight Wine. Maybe this is it. M&W, Midnight Wine. Okay, but I can't just start going with this till I fog out my silver on there. Can you see that? Look, I don't know if my camera's aiming the right way or not for that. I had to zoom it out. Oh wait, sorry for slamming that. Let me find my silver gun. Whoop, here it is. Okay, let me get that out of your field of view. Okay. Alright. I can feel something right there, some punchiness. You can even see it. Looks like I leaned into it with my suit here while it was wet. It has that certain pattern to it that I've seen before when I lean into something when it's wet. Wipe it down. Midnight Wine. I'll cover the information like that. Fog some silver on there. Face looks good. I see a little right here, a little sanding mark still. Put another little fog coat right there. Look at the side, look at the horn, the back. Okay, and it all looks good. Layer side, the bottom. Okay, let me just hold it like this. Sometimes the lighting makes it hard to see little imperfections if you keep it on that spinner. Okay. Bottom looks good. Okay, I think we're in business with this one. Now I do these in 2 stages because I tend to make runs on these. Because the sides and the burst need to be so dark that I put so much material on here that I end up making a run. So I'll do it in 2 steps. The sides need to be a lot darker than what you see here, but if I just only do the sides round and round and round, the main base in the back here will get so gritty and weird from the overspray of doing the sides that I kind of got to dust them on there to kind of keep the whole thing relatively wet to prevent that sandy, gritty feeling you get sometimes from the overspray. Okay. There we go. Looking good. And let me just spray some lacquer on it now. That'll help meld together whatever overspray and whatnot there is here on the face, so it'll just be smooth and flat. I won't be fighting that gritty texture feeling with my paint. Okay, as well as helping me see any imperfections that may exist. I see a little something here, but I think that'll be fine if I continue. Okay, I don't want to get it so wet that it makes a run. One of the ways I check if it's too wet is I blow air, and if you can see the paint moving from the air, it's like, okay, that is too wet. So you can either stop or just keep blowing air on it to kind of get it to flash off a bit. But I got the air gun real close, and I don't see that paint moving at all, because I just happen to know it's not that wet right now. I mean, maybe too wet to touch, but it's not wet like it's going to run. Okay, so I'll put more. A little more deliberate now. See how dark that's getting? Okay, now I'll just do a light fog on the back, kind of even it up, light fog on the face, just to kind of keep it, prevent the blotch, because if you're only doing the sides, all that overspray is getting on the faces and the back in an uneven manner, and there you got the blotch. Okay, now I'll burst it. That's there, that's there. So now this burst, I'm going to try to match the darkness on the sides with the burst I got going on here. But it's all the same paint, so if it's slightly off a little bit, you'll never notice, because it's the same color. Your brain will just make it all work together. Starting to get a little wet on me. Gotta be careful. I don't make a run. Right here's where I usually make the runs. I make it real heavy right here. Oh, I see a crumb there. So I'm gonna let it dry. I'm gonna sand that crumb out. And maybe sand that little thing out. I don't think you guys can see that, but that's my plan. Then I'll just do a final couple coats over it, and it should be done. Alright, man.